Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we will solve the sequencing problem from operational research subject. The sequencing problem involves the selection of the best sequence of the jobs to be processed on a machine so that the total elapsed time for all the jobs will be minimum. In sequencing problem there are 4 different types. In today's video we will solve the first type problem where sequencing of n jobs through 2 machines. Now we have the problem related to type 1. In this problem, a machine operator has to perform 2 operations, turning and threading. So these are the 2 operations which will be performed on 2 machines. So here the 2 machines on number of different jobs. So there are n jobs here. The time required to perform these operations are given the table below. They have provided the table here. They have in this problem they have a 6 jobs and there are 2 machines. So this is 6 jobs, 2 machines. And again further they have asked to find out the order in which the job should be processed. Means what? They have asked to find out the optimum sequence, so that we have to minimize the total time required to finish all the jobs. And in addition to this, they also asked to find out the total minimum elapsed time and idle time on each machine. So the meaning of the problem here is we have 6 jobs here. So these 6 jobs has to be sequenced properly. So we have to sequence in such a way that the total time required to complete all the 6 jobs should be minimum as much as possible. And the job 1 on machine A, that is machine A for turning operation, and machine B is for threading operation. And job 1 require 13 minutes on machine A. The 13 minutes are required for turning operation. Once the job A1 completes on machine A, it will move for the second machine B, that is for threading operation, where it will take 8 minutes. Like this way they have given for all the jobs. And in this problem we have to first find out the optimum sequence, and the second part will be finding out the total minimum elapsed time, and finally we have to find out idle time. We will head to solve the problem. I have rewritten the table here. Now the first step is to find out the optimum sequence here. Now for that, to find out the optimum sequence, what I have done is I have made a table here. Now we have the boxes. So these number of boxes are depend on the number of jobs. So we have 6 jobs. So I have made 6 boxes over here. So in this 6 boxes, I am going to locate the jobs in a proper sequence. Now in the method, we will go ahead with the table now. Now in this table, we will find out which is the minimum number, that is minimum time. Now if I look at this table, I got 1 is a minimum time. So here this is 1 is a minimum time. And this is for which job? This is for 6 job. So 6 job on machine B, we have a very less time, that is 1 minute. So if the minimum number found to the machine B, we will sequence from this side. And if the minimum number found on machine A, we will sequence from this side. So this is a simple logic that we can use it. So now we will first see the minimum number, and the minimum number I got from this table is 1. And this 1 is present on machine B, and this is for 6th job. So I have to sequence the 6th job on machine B. So I'll sequence 6th job here. So once I sequence 6th job, I'll delete this from my sequencing part. So once you sequence it, you delete it. Now the next step is you have to find out the next minimum number now. So in this, the next minimum number is 2. This 2 is present on machine A. That means I have to sequence from this side. And this 2 is for job number 4. So job number 4 will be sequenced first here. So after this, once you sequence job number 4, you delete this from the consideration. Like this way you have to process it. So next one is the minimum number is 3, and this 3 is for machine B, and this third is for job number 5. So I have to relocate, I have to sequence job number 5 after 6 years. So after you sequence it, you delete from the list. And next we will see the next minimum number. Now the next minimum number is 5, and this 5 is for machine A, and we have third job for this. So how to sequence this? So since this 5 number is present on machine A, so I have to sequence from this side, and this 5 minutes is for which job? This is for third job. So third job I'll write it here, and once you return this, you just delete this from the sequence. And next you find out from the table which is a minimum number now. So here the minimum number I found here is 8, and this 8 is for machine B, means we have to sequence from this side, and this 8 is for job number 1. So I have to sequence job number 1 from this side. So I'll sequence 1 here, and I'll delete from the list. Now finally I have last one as second job, so only one box is left out. So this is the optimum sequence. Now rearrange the table according to the optimum sequence. Now I have rearranged the table according to the given sequence. Now we will go for the next part. We will find out the total minimum elapsed time here. So for that I have made a table here where jobs, machines, for machine A the in time and out time, similarly for machine B in time and out time. Now we'll take first job from our sequence. So first job according to our sequence is fourth job. So I'll write fourth job first here. So fourth job on machine A, it will enter with 0 time, and fourth job on machine A, we'll see how much time it is required to process on machine A. So from the table, fourth job on machine A, it will take 2 times. So it will take a 2 times here, means the total time is 2 minutes. Once it get completed on machine A, fourth job will move to the machine B. So it will move after completing on machine A, means my in time on machine B will be 2 minutes, and fourth job on machine B, we'll see how much time it is required. So fourth job on machine B, it will take 6 minutes. So when it get exit, so it enters on 2 minutes, and it will take 6 minutes on machine B. So my total time complete for fourth job will be, we have to add 6 minutes to this, so total will be 8 minutes. Now we'll move for the next job now. So next will be like, we will delete this now. Now we have a third job now. Third job is ready for the sequencing here. So I'll take the third one now. Now what is the in time of the third job on machine A? Now once the fourth job get completed on machine A, it will move to the machine B now. So now machine A is ready to take the third job now. So the third job will enter machine A after 2 minutes. So my in time for job 3 on machine A is 2 minutes. And the third job on machine A, we will see how much time it is required. Again, we'll go back to the table. Third job on machine A, it will take 5 minutes. So entered at 2 minutes, and it will take 5 minutes. So it will get exit from machine A after 7 minutes. So that what we have done is, we have added 2 minutes plus 5 minutes. 2 minutes is idle time for the third job, and 5 minutes is for processing time. Now after completing on machine A, it will enter to the machine B. Okay, the machine B has completed its time on 8, that is fourth job has to complete 8 minutes, but now third job is completed on 7th minute only. Okay, now we have to write what is the in time of the third job on machine B. I'll tell you simple logic, whichever the highest is there. So that is here 8 we have and here we have a 7. Whichever the highest is there, that you write it here as a in time of the third job on machine B. Means what? Even though it has completed on 7th minute, the machine B is busy with what? The fourth job, because it will take 8 minutes even though this has completed on 7 minutes. So your job 3 will have to wait for 1 minute. That is 1 minute is what? The idle time. Clear? Now we will going to write the third job on machine B, how much time is required. So third job on machine B, it will take 9 minutes. So 8 plus 9, that is 17. Now we will delete this from the list. Again, like this way you have to go on filling it now. Now we will take the third sequence, that is a second job we have now. Now the second I have taken from the list now. So here I want to take this. Now the second job on machine A, it will enter after completing the third job. So the third job will going to complete after 7 minutes. So after 7th minute, the job 2 is going to enter on machine A. So my in time here will be 2. To this 2, I need to add the timing of second. So second will take 12 minutes. So 12 plus 7, we need to add it. So here I'll get 19 as a timing. So second job on machine A, it will take 19 minutes. Now I have to write the what is the in time of job number 2 on machine B. So what logic I have said it, here you see the number and here you see the number. Whichever the highest number is there, that you write it here. So 19. Now second job on machine B. So second job on machine B, it will take 10 minutes. So we have to simply add the 10 minutes for this. So it will come to 29. Now we'll delete. Now second we have sequence here. Now similarly we sequence the remaining jobs. So the first job I want to sequence it. So first job will enter machine A, that is 19. Now machine 1 on job 1 on machine A, it will take 13 minutes. So we need to add this 13 minutes to this 19. So I get 32 here, and here we have a 29 and here we have a 32. Whichever the highest is there, that you need to write it here. So the 32, that is first job on machine B. First job on machine B, it will take 8 minutes. So I have to add 8 minutes to this. So 32 plus 8 is 40. Next we have a fifth job now. Fifth job we need to, so once you're done with this, you just delete from the list. Now we have a fifth job now. The fifth job will enter machine A after 32 minutes, and fifth job on machine A, it will take 9 minutes. So from the table, it is taking 9 minutes on machine A. So we need to add this. So 32 plus 9 is 41. So the machine A will complete its work after 41 minutes. So after completing it, it will move to the machine B. So here 40 we have, and here we have a 41. Whichever the highest is there, that you write it here. So 41, after 41 minutes, the fifth job is going to enter the machine B. And fifth job on machine B, it will take 3 minutes here. So we have to add 3 minutes to this. So 41 plus 3 is 44. So this is the total time required for job 5 on both the machines. Next we have, so once you're done with this, you just delete this, and last one we have the sixth job. So sixth job I want to sequence it now. So sixth job we're going to enter after 41 minutes on machine A. So sixth job on machine A, it will take 11 minutes here. So I have to add this 11 minute for this 41 number. So I got 52 minutes. So this is the total time required to complete sixth job on machine A. Now here we have a 52 and here we have a 44. So whichever the highest is there, that you're going to write it on machine B. So sixth job on machine B, it will enter after 52 minutes, and sixth job on machine B, it will take 1 minute here. So I have to add this 1 minute for 52, and so after adding this I'll got 53. So this is the total minimum elapsed time, that is to complete all the 6 jobs it will take 53 minutes on both the machines. Now we'll move ahead for calculating the idle time for machine A and B, and the formula that we have is, we have the idle time formula is equal to total minimum elapsed time minus the total duration of that machine. Now from the calculation I got the total minimum elapsed time as 53 minutes, and we have a minus here, and we have the duration of processing on machine A. Now for that we have to go back to our problem. In this problem, this is a machine A timings, and we have to add this. The total duration is the addition of all this time. So if I add this, I get a 52 minutes. So this is the total duration for machine A. So that I am going to write it here. The total minimum elapsed time is a 53 minutes, and the duration of that processing on machine A is 52 minutes. So the difference will give me the total idle time for machine A. Now we will do it similarly for machine B now. So for machine B, the total same formula again I'll be using it. The total minimum elapsed time I got as a 53 minus the duration of on machine B now. For that again I have need to add this. We have to add the total time for machine B. If I add this, I'll get 37 minutes. So that 37 I am going to write it here. So the difference is the total idle time for machine B, that is a minutes. This is also in minutes. So this is the idle time for machine B, and this is the idle time for machine A, and the total minimum elapsed time is 53 minutes.